Okay. For any viewers not live, we start in about 15 minutes, and I'm just getting everything set up here. And how do we do this? There it is. There we go. I think that does it. Bring this over here. Can I even do that? Yes. Okay. You all can see the KGS board, and I can see the Crazy Stone board and the KGS board and you. Okay, good. So in case anyone's watching later, let's just look at stuff. Just this moment, something crossed my mind. Let's look at it. I had a student let's do it. Okay. So student was showing me a game. This isn't the game, but it's the question that arose. This presents the same question. He was eager to go do a sente, whatever that sente was. I don't even remember what it was, which allowed white to start this 3-3. Let's play that out real simple here. Okay. There's equity in the upper right. There's no problem. But black generally doesn't want to take center influence unless the board says it's a good idea. So in other words, if the game was going on and white happened to have a panuki in the center, then black's outside influence is meaningless. So it depends on the board. So let's look at another idea, and this is what I told him. If you simply play this first, you get sente. You are now established. You have a side position rather than a center position, and you still get your sente. So it's quite rare that we see a strong player ignore when white hits a 3-3 like this. I have seen it, but it's quite rare because white gets the whole corner. But if we play this way, then black gets sente and white's corner is very small. Yeah, big difference. Okay. Anything else cross my mind? I've been playing this as white for a long time. I really like it. I have my points, I have life, I have sente. Very pleasant. But it's not a positional move, it's a territorial move. And my position's been showing some weakness recently. I'm like in general, like I'm ignoring position and just going for territory. And that's been fun, but I'm now switching to this because I actually don't have any points now. I just have a position. I can build in the center. I can build territory later if I want it. I can take the corner. if I want it. I mean, it's a good positional move. So that's something that I'm switching to. Anything else to chat about? This is our free lecture, which is being once a month. It doesn't get much attention. The Patreon lectures get more attention. Okay. Something else here that it's an important principle, but not urgent principle. So let's look. Okay, white just played an empty corner. White is the first move in the corner. That's a bigger move than the second move in the corner. So for instance, black plays the second move in the corner, white plays the first move in the corner, white is gaining. Now, in many cases, this isn't an absolute gain, but let's look again. Let's go here. And now black's playing the fourth move in the corner. White's playing the first move. Oh, well, now we're starting to see a real difference. Black's move wasn't sente, and white got the open corner. So if this is the board position, black should ignore the upper left and play the empty corner. Okay, so that's a principle that isn't something you have to stick with. Oh, if you don't do that, you're falling behind. No. For instance, if black played here next, I would respond, even though it's the fourth move in the corner, because it's sente, right? I'm going to get out. So he still does it. So that's fine. So it's not like, oh, go rushing to the empty corner. Well, if you can, yeah, but if you can't, don't. Okay, we're just chatting about stuff. Anything else come to mind? Yeah, there's as you know, I've been teaching Go for decade 40, well, over 40 years, but professionally 38.5. One of the styles of game, when the student's starting to get his feet under him, like he knows what he's doing, he's able to play some basic stuff, then I'll switch to this style, which I call creative style. And, well, actually, as white, he's usually black. And it presents really difficult questions to answer, which is, step 2, after you get some basics down, what do you do when things are strange? And there's a Mr. Yang. I love Mr. Yang's just the best when it comes to understanding fundamentals. And his quote is, when your opponent plays an unusual move, you should play an unusual move. The idea is that when I play something like A, it's making an unusual statement. So let's start with, what is the statement? Most players, when asked that question, most 3-dan and below, tend to say, oh, he's trying to do the corner. No, this is a thin, unimpressive corner. Yeah, it's nice, but just a loose shamari. What white is stating is he's playing to the right, influence and right. All of a sudden, we start to say, oh, now I see what's going on. That's where he's pointing. So to follow the principle, when he plays an unusual move, you play an unusual move. His purpose has been thwarted. Love that word, thwarted. So yeah, he can play here, but you've already negated the right side. Remember, when someone plays on the fourth line, like A, it makes the bottom and the right both big, and you've already stopped the right, and now you can stop the bottom. And so, yeah, White's not getting what he wanted. Probably my favorite Mr. Yang quote, one I use the most often, very, very helpful. He says, I do a big thing. I finish it. Then I go do another big thing. Now, I can imagine someone listening to that and go, well, that's stupid. To me, it's like, wow, that has really guided how I think about the game. Go ahead and make your position and finish your position. Then go find the next big area and go do that. Okay, we've got 3 minutes. I don't think anyone's here yet. What else? Something I like to do when my opponent wants a moyo, I've really been enjoying giving him the moyo. Let's do it this way. I like it because, well, first of all, it scares me. I like that part. But it's an irrational fear because black's not ahead. But I have to prove that. That's not necessarily an easy thing to prove. It's a little interesting here. Right? What's White going to do? I find that fascinating. A little bit more on this. My invasion at A was worth a whole move. Let's call it a full value move. A, full value. B, full value. C, everything is full value. Then where's White's mistake? There isn't one. Did black get more than a whole value move? No. So everything's fine. I find that fascinating. On top of that, the principle is when you want to invade, approach. So this is the next move. It's like, go ahead, make your big moil. And everything's fine. That is so hard to get into my head. I mean, to believe emotionally. Intellectually, I completely believe it. But emotionally, it still worries me. So I like to keep facing that till pretty soon it's just like obviously true. Like our local 9-Don Chris, he plays this way, and his favorite move when the time comes is the contact and get black to tell you where you should be playing, right? This is just to get information. And then whatever black says, you say, okay, then I'll do the other thing. Okay, we're just about on time here. So I'm going to go find our game. Once I see who's talking to me. Okay, I need to, because we haven't started it yet. Okay, so for this lecture that no one's attending, but someone might see in the future, we're going to play Crazy Stone at 3Q, but focusing on middle game, because we oftentimes, hey Miguel, I'm talking with the people in the future that might be viewing, because there was no one here. Welcome. So back to y'all and Miguel. I already started. I want to focus on middle game, not the opening. So I already did the opening, which we will now show. Actually, kind of don't remember it at the moment. Boom, boom. So black, white, black. I kicked off. He come in. I took my territory. As I recall, it went this way. Let me double check. Yes. And then as white, we're still in the opening, so we're not analyzing this. I went here. Let me make sure this is correct. No, he haunted here. And then we're still in the opening. I play a move that's very hard to surround, yet it's negating the wall. From here, I don't remember if we did more. Yes, he approached, and I extend. Looking forward to the peep. Let's just take a look at it. Look at how weak that black stick is. So that's kind of where we're going. Okay, so how far did it get? He haunted and connected. And this is where we are in the game. So middle game. It might be opening. But anyway, this is where I started. A lot of people at this point would live. And of course, we like living. But we can pretty much do it in Sente. That's by going this way instead. Let's see if that's true. We're now alive at a very small cost. Okay, so we get Sente rather than Gote. That's huge. Shall we go with our peep? No. How come? Black he just spent a whole nother move getting out. It's going to be forever till we attack this white group. So I don't peeping when it's just too easy for him. Then where to? So again, we're in middle game. Miguel, where to? And of course, the idea is, should we be defending our A group or playing away? Those are the only two options. Let's see what Miguel has to say. Okay, he says the ace stones would like some help. I agree. The ace stones, now I'm going to continue that sentence to try to clarify the thoughts. My A group would like some help. My B group would like to take the corner. I would enjoy taking points at the 3-3 at C. The point I'm making is you stated something that someone might like. That's not the question. Is my A group in need of defense? That's the question. What do you think? Okay. I would say if we're in urgent need, we probably waited too long. So let's get some clarity here. White defends. If black attacks, what's white going to do? Defend. Hello. Defend. Defend. Not defend. I'm not going to defend the left. He didn't attack me. Now, this is a rule that's incredibly obvious, but people break it constantly. The rule is don't defend a group if it hasn't been attacked. But they do anyway all the time. Okay. Now, we define attack by removing an option for health. So, has, where'd it go? White, black, black. There it is. Did this Blackstone remove an option of help from A? No. So we won't be defending A yet. How about now? No. I mean, it bothers us, but I couldn't get an I there anyway. Does this one remove an option for our health? No. We have yet to be attacked. So no, we're not going to defend. Are we afraid? I'm afraid. I tend to live in fear and fight against it constantly in my life, on the go board. I'm a fearful kind of guy. I'm constantly moving forward in boldness despite my fears. So it seems to me we're not attacked, so I'm going to play away. A and B seem the obvious ones. I guess we could consider C. Someone's trying to call me. Some political person, I'm sure. There's some good things to say about C. But any of the three. I'm a 3-3 person, so I'm going to hit the B. Is D 12? For defense, yes. What's the other reason? Oh, I think the center is a good place for white to grow. You can't take anything in the center. Yeah, the only reason for this would be defense. And we're not here to defend, so I'm going to take 3-3. Let's see how it goes. Playing obvious moves. Now, we always wonder, is it good to do that push? In this case, if black ignores and I turn, the top is so low and uninteresting. I wouldn't do it if I could. So I'm not going to push again. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the kindergarten list versus college list. Kindergarten list. We go around looking at all our groups and seeing if any are weak. And no, they're all fine. Then we go to all the black groups. Are any of them weak? So we follow a pattern. Am I okay? Is he okay? What's big? This pattern is going to train your mind to see the board correctly, to get your fundamentals. It is a representation of how strong players think. But now let's talk college level. What are the issues to talk about? What's being spoken about? Well, the gap at A, the relative discomfort of the B group. Not that black's weak, but there's some discomfort there. The size of area 1. The potential weakness of the A group, a C group, but that's off in the future. Area 1, area 2. So I've named all the things that one would talk about on this board. Well, what combination of these do we like? So instead of going through a process, you simply put all the parts of the equation in the bag and start sorting them. Which ones do I like? Do I like this? Thinking it might be Sente? Do I like to take part of the corner in Sente? Do I want to leave some room to invade later? What do I want to do? You know, over on area 1, he can grow while attacking. Sente, 2 excellent things at a time. We have found our move. Everything else was pretty much Gote average. This is free points for black. So we found our move. We are either going to play A or B. B can be cut. So there's some reading. A, or it's not cut. I think I'd probably just play A in a fast game, but let's take a look. Let's start with the wedge. Never. This way? Gosh, hard to even know how to proceed. It's so weak. I don't like getting cut there, so I'm going to play A. Not cut. Why don't I want to get cut? Because I'm a weak group. And like the proverb says, don't run with the knight's move. Hello, second person that's joined. Let's do our trick again. See if we can live in Sente. Are we alive? Boom, boom, boom. Yes, but he's going to get the turn at H18 in Sente. Is that correct? Boom, boom, boom. Yes. So let's remove his Sente. We're alive. There's all his turns, not Sente. Is E11 also threatening to pinch the black stone at C12? You mean like that? No, that's fighting in where black's strongest. I'm not even sure I would do this. I mean, I'm the one with the weak group. I don't want to get cut. I'm not here to be aggressive. On the left side of the board, I'm not going to be aggressive. Maybe D13. I'm still a little, I mean, if it works, sure. Does it? How much clock time do you have? Maybe you don't have time to even read it. Then don't do it. What if you have enough time, but you know it's not that important? Why don't I just not get cut? I mean, is it that big a difference? 2 points, and you've saved time on your clock. And it's certainly safe, strong, Sente, so no problem. Okay, we did that. And that. And now it's our move. So we're back again to college level list. I'm ready to say that the health of the A group is not on the table anymore because I've defended and he hasn't attacked since. So we're real good. I'd also suggest that Area 1 is no longer a big deal because even if he plays, but here, that's not very big. He could contact, but same thing, it's just not very big anymore. So Area 1's not an issue. The health of the A group's not an issue. So I think we're down in the corner. And I'm going to go ahead and kick. And I'm not going to do this unless I think I can take the corner. So that means I'm going to end in gote here if I want the corner. And we'll just do our little hane, which secures the corner and leaves him with some discomfort. Okay. We got our corner bigger, making him smaller. All in Sente. That's huge. Okay, where to? I haven't a clue. So let's plug in the things of interest. Things are getting, the things that used to be small, they're getting bigger because all our big extensions are gone. So I start imagining things like boom, boom, boom. We see the black stick. Not that at this point it's that much of a threat, but I'm seeing territory on the left. I'm seeing an attack and territory on the left. Well, I like that idea. The only problem is his defense is so easy. An honest to goodness opening move that has a purpose. Now let's look at it. Uh-oh. That black looks weak. Ooh, I like it. So I looked around at things of interest on the board and found one that had a future. Miguel, you just said that at this point the board would be hard for you to evaluate. The purpose of this video is for watchers to get their questions answered. And I think you're a perfect candidate. If we ask you about things, it's going to be answering their questions. So let's look at what you said for a moment. The board is hard to evaluate. Do you mean to count? What do you mean by evaluate? Who's that? Let me know how to form the question. Can you help? To find the right move. Okay. Yeah. You heard me at this point say, I have no idea. And I wasn't joking. I mean, really, where do you play? I don't know. Now, something I've talked with you about, and a lot of people have heard me say this, is when a 10Q puts a move down, it's a 10Q move. And I know that sounds stupid, but that's where the list comes in. If this 10Q simply applies someone else's thinking, like the list then they'll start playing moves that are higher than 10Q. Okay, so now let's talk about 6-dans. When a 6-dan puts a move down, it's a pretty good move. 6-dan move. Well, that's not the kind of, I mean, it's sort of the kind of 6-dan I am, but mostly I'm a weak 6-dan that only finds good moves because I go through my list. Without that, so here, like, I don't know, regular 6-dan, oh, there's put a stone down, and it's a good 6-dan stone. Oh, good move. Me, I'm like, I don't know. So it's like, it's a little embarrassing, but it's also good for others to see the process. How do you find them? And I see 0 things I can do with his A group. He's got a base, he's out. I'm simply not going to be attacking the A group. I can make it smaller, but I'm not going to hurt it. But the B group, he's got a peep. I can hurt him. And I have a preparatory move, which was there. So hopefully that'll help you. You know, how would you find it? Yeah. Okay, so I play here. He came down. We need to ask, is it Sente against our A group? Well, let's just read it out for everybody. If we do nothing and he turns and we play and he makes the vital point, there's the question. We have a second eye. We're alive. It was not Sente. Oh gosh. I mean, just imagine how many Q players are just going to play here without thinking. But if you say, wait a minute, let me take a look, and you come up, you get a free move. Free moves are just, you can't, they're so big. Okay, so what do we do with our free move? Let's say it's time to peep. Yeah, he's going to have a hard time not answering. Okay. And I'm not ready to say that we have a severe attack against A, but I do like it as a goal. So let's look at moves, and this is the process I would go through. It takes a long time to say the process. It only takes a few seconds to go through it inside your own head. So what moves will start the process of attacking? A and B both attack by removing his eyes there. C, because when Black Hane's there, it's good shape in Sente. Black can come under at D for an eye, but that's a pitiful little second line move. That's like the last thing. And then, in general, getting out in the E area. So let's get rid of D, because that's the least. Which of these has the best second idea, second purpose? Well, anything associated with E is just kind of far from home and untrustworthy. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Let's get rid of E. And C at this point is pretty much nothing. So A and B, gosh, I'm not sure I like it. Why don't I like it? Well, it's not Sente. He can just come in. What if I kick first and then do it? Better. I kind of like it. Right? So I'm looking at these moves. My first assumption, I'm not going to find an answer here. I'm going to have to look some other part of the board. I don't know. Would I end up here? I don't know. But I'm starting to see the left as a good thing. Okay, kick. Oops. Kick. And drop down. Let's drop down here because we've got a knight's move there just to thicken it up. You have to make sure, you have to know this one. Okay. If now's the time to attack, then we're going to be saving. I don't think so. He can get out so easily. It's just silly to think about attacking. Okay. Have we finished our whole Area 1 idea? No. Why not? Because we've got 2 cuts. Now, if we imagine him cutting, let's say the cut at B. Okay, this is our premise. We're looking at the B cut, assuming A, we save on the left, he cuts at B. Okay, the cut at B. Here versus here. That's a big difference. He just got a home to run to. Now, that might be incredibly obvious, but and I did it. Come on. This move tree is getting awfully complex. Did I kick now? There we are. Okay. And he came up. Are we all correct? I am double checking the board. Yes. No. Is that correct? Yes. Still not right. Sorry for the confusion. He went here. And I'm going to piece it together so we don't try to save time here. I have a stone. He defended, and he went here. And we kicked, and he came up. And I came down. Okay, is that the board? No, that's a black stone. Okay. We're here. Is this the board? Yes, it is. Okay. So finding the tree in this complications, I just should have spent more time, but here we are. So we're talking about this double cut. How to fix? Heck. Let's come on down. And now there's only one cut, and we can fix it. So big also threatens his. Yeah. So Miguel, sorry that was confusing. I think we caught everything up here. Hello, new people. Feel free to speak up. Again, sorry for the confusion. Are we back where things are making sense again? Okay. Black came down. Reasonable. Let's check the cut. Ooh, little scary. I don't think anything's going to work, but I don't like being thin like that. It's here. Okay, therefore what? The thing that bothers me in this line, now let's go under the assumption this does not work for black. which I think is a correct assumption. But if there's anything around A later, when we've been fighting in the center, all of a sudden there's something anywhere near A, white collapses. So if we just fix that area, for instance, with a honey, we just help that center area, so now we're less concerned. And we like the honey anyway. So Miguel, that if you can get that one, that's a big idea, right? This move bothers me. Oh, but he can't cut. Yeah, but it's messy. I don't want it to be messy. So then if we go this way, we're cleaning it up naturally. Okay. I would consider that sente, so I'm going to remove it. If I do nothing and he comes here, that's such a thick, I don't want him to do that. That's a thick position. I'm going to remove that. Can he cut me? No, but it's messy. I don't like it. I'm going to back off. Very secure. Okay. That being said, there is nothing here. I've completely fixed it. Also, area 1 is mine versus might be mine. Oh, it turned out not to be mine. No, it is mine. So this thick move answers all questions. Did it. Okay, he plays here. And a little messy, just clean it up. Boom, all done. Okay. The Crazy Stone leaderboard there says that we're ahead by 13.5 points. But this is the time of the game where we'll lose. Because when you get ahead, you start, crazy things in your head start happening. Oh, I'll back off. Oh, I'll get aggressive. All these, just calm down. I would say our entire A situation is 100% done. We don't need anything there. There's no remaining Aji. Okay. What's left? Seems to me area 1 is now the topic of conversation. That can get big quick. I mean, that's big fast. Okay, so we're going to do something about that. My first thought is, we'll just play here. Seems to answer all the questions, tidy things up, come right on in. I wouldn't spend more time than this. It just fits the bill so well. Something else Q players tend to do. Oh, I'll continue in area 1. No. Area 1 used to be this was the black wall, right? And now, so in other words, we've taken away 10, 15 points already. That's a huge reduction. Now it's the new area 1 on the other side that's getting big. I don't know if that made sense. White. And I'm going to put a black. I'm going to put, well, black here, but I need to get rid of all the marks so we can see things. Takes a lot of time. Okay, he plays there. Now I want to come in the other side, and I have no idea how to do that. I will get my drink of water as I consider. Oh, I just considered something. Does this kill me? No, I still have two liberties. Okay. I did a little fantasy and I go, oh my God, I'm dead. No, not dead. Okay. How do I get into area 1? Let's look at the ways. Something in the A area start to come in and threaten the next step. And that's going to be points for us if we do that. Part 2, coming in somewhere around B. Well, we have a peep there. That could be helpful. So like peep and jump kind of thing. So let's do it this way. A and B so far come to mind. What about a shoulder hit at C? Shoulder hits are pretty famous for reductions. Well, the problem is it's very far from any home. If it works, it's very deep, really destroys black's hopes. If black goes this way, he's getting nothing. That means he's going this way. How are we feeling here? I think we might die. This is a good way to lose a go game, is to create a new weak group. Let's not. Instead, I might be willing to go this way. I get an extra 5 points as I, right, step by step, get it smaller and smaller. So that would make sense. B, this is Sente. That's awfully big. So we've grown 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. So that means he just grew area 1. Well, take away 6 points from there. Well, then he got nothing extra. He didn't get anything because he only gained about 6 points, and we got 6 points. So that's not out of the question. So it looks like A, B, or C. I think I'd probably, I'm sorry, let's move C over to there. C is also associated with area 2. I can imagine area 2 doing something. So I'm kind of giving C a little extra value because it's also working in area 2. So now I'm between A and C. So whittling it down. Get your options. Well, this one's a little negative. You know, what seems good to you? What about the peep at P14? Just looked at that. Is there some Sente in here for black? Maybe. So I'm going to start there. Because I do have, my shape is a little thin, and this helps. And he can't ignore. And then the other one. What if he just cuts me? That could be dangerous, huh? I was kind of thinking that we'll just attack his bottom left corner, but it's too easy for him to live. Well, I'm glad we didn't play that one. Earlier it might have been okay, but now, too late. So start coming in this way, grow ourselves a little bit, get rid of that elephant eye. So grow a little, reduce a little, reduce his top thick wall a little, just step by step. Can we Hane? No, I'm not gonna. Don't want to even read it out. Back to the peep. So we got all three. We had three things we could do. We did all three. This is often the case. You do one, done. Go to the next one, go to the next one. And bit by bit, he gets whittled down. And we'll just make sure we get home. I'm assuming this gets home. I didn't read it out. Go home. Go home. Hate it. But we'll start with the threat to kill. And then, can we kill? I don't see a choice. We might lose something here, but I'm going to be okay with that. We'll see. I believe we lose something, but we've got to kill. This is his big area. We have to kill the stone. Kill it. Well, now he's dead. There's no hope. Let's look at the way he should go. Tari. I think we need to give these stones up. But I don't mind. He got 4, 5, possibly 6 extra points, but we've demolished his center and gained points on top. So way in our favor. And little sacrifices like this, Miguel, happen all the time. Don't worry about losing something as long as you're getting your main goal accomplished. But he went this way. That's just suicide. Let's just make sure I'm reading this correctly. If we do nothing, double Atari, capture, capture. He might be able to escape. So let's do something here. Maybe go home. There's some snapback shapes coming up. Let's clean it up. And then get into his area, getting lots of liberties, because he has 3. Want to make sure we have plenty. And that should be game over. We're 20 whatever ahead. And just connect. There's nothing he can do. And now we're in game, and there's nothing. Let's just see quickly if he's got any hope here. Hope I'm not missing anything. That'd be embarrassing. Let me just do a quick check. Black, white, he can never Atari. We just kill him. So no, there's nothing there. So let's save. And let's not even Hane. Let's play nice and strong. Nothing. Come on in. No reason to Hane. Just walk in. So game over, right? We're way ahead. 20 plus points ahead. We played straightforward. We didn't do any tricky stuff, but we spent a lot of time thinking through things. If one is in the habit, it goes much quicker. But when one is new to the process, it can really take some time and discernment. But I thought it was a good example. Miguel, any questions while we're here? Okay. And it just crossed my mind. Miguel, don't ever think you have to come to the lecture here. If you don't show up, my feelings aren't going to be hurt. I might only cry a little bit. No. Okay. Well, we have a half hour. No, we have 15 minutes. What shall we do? Let's look at this game. Get rid of this. Hello, whoever just walked in. Okay, this is 2 7-Dons playing. Miguel, it could have been you that I sent this guy to. Oh, sure. Miguel, you may have seen this, but I want to show others. This guy, Triton, look him up on YouTube, Triton Go. Just a wonderful, slow, steady, not taking risks player. Just a wonderful example of how to play strong Go. So we're looking at the white stones. All regular stuff. We all know this is not black Sente. White is in no dangers. White's not interested in those points anyway. Here, let's look at a couple white moves. So in the upper left, A and B, both big moves. B's bigger. It's a little hard to say why. Isn't it one line wider? Boom, boom. No, same width. It has to do with E is completely and in full strong. BF is settled, but not strong. So it's less valuable playing around E. We can't hurt E at all. But black can bother our F stone. So B supports the weak stone rather than having nothing to do, if that makes sense. B is bigger. C, good move, except corners come first. D, ooh, let's invade that. Well, let's finish the opening before we go invading things. So this is the next basic move. Now, that thought process I just went through, hopefully it was step-by-step clear, because you're going to see 1Qs play C all the time. And then you ask them, why weren't you playing the corner first? Well, I thought, and they start saying all this stuff. Because if I do this, then you do that, then this is going to happen. It's like, wow, why are you making it so complex? We're in the opening, corner first, that's A or B. And they go, oh, you're right. Of course I'm right. You know I'm right. They know corner first, but they're not doing it. Okay, we did that. This upper left corner, couple things to talk about. This used to be the Joseki. Okay. Not Just a second, just a second. Not here, because we'll move. Have to come back, gotta come back. Black got a really nice wall in Sente. Not huge, magnificent, but really trustworthy. So instead, we say Atari. I learned this when I was late 5-dan. It was so frustrating to me because white has 3 segments, black has 3 segments. That's pretty fragmented. On top of which, the black A stone is the main stone. Everything else dies. It's like, what are you, crazy? That's insane. But that's Joseki. Black comes out. Corner is about to die. Next move, it's over. This does not work. Corner's still in jeopardy. So we have to make sure the corner's dead. However we do that. Make sure we're alive, rather. Come out. Jump. May as well give black a bunch of cutting points. Okay, so this used to be Joseki. And now black has his choices. Which of these moves does he prefer? That's a lot of options. But they finally decided, and now we're going back probably 40 years. They decided, the corner's just too big. Black shouldn't play this way. And I had just finally learned it. The in and out, where I wouldn't make a mistake, where I understood the different variations. As soon as I learn it, they say, oh, we're not playing it anymore. Oh, that made me so mad. Okay, so instead, they said, tell you what, just play here. And now white's corner, it's real, but it's nothing serious. It's not that big. Just extend. And you don't care if white comes in. We extend too far on purpose. We don't care if it comes in because white has no interest in the 2 A stones. He's already alive. He doesn't need the 2 A stones. You want him to take the A stones. So offer him, and if white threatens you, just settle. Okay, so we switched to that. Then 20-ish years ago, however long ago it was, AI comes along and says something different. Why black have chosen that approach? Why not the regular? Regular works. The problem is white has Sente. Generally speaking, actually before AI, if white got Sente, we wouldn't do this. AI says, what's the problem? You get out. Is there a problem here? So we're back to doing it almost any time we want. As a matter of fact, even if white already has a stone here, we might do it and just get out. Okay. But if you don't like what white's doing here, and there's plenty of times we won't like that, that's when we switch to this move. It's sure life, just smaller. We pretty much have a Mia. We're going to live at A or B. But a second line move, it probably won't be that big. So that's why black chose this way. A little old style, but that's okay. Where for white, last opening move, which is here. He really was considering, A, B, C, D. He's looking around. What do I want to play here? A lot of places to play. He says, well, let's just finish the opening first. He kind of caught himself like he's going in a direction of complexity when he didn't need to. Just clean it up, play easy. Black comes in. Now, I like his play a lot. He has a lot of things in his game that I'm trying to learn, that I'm need to learn. My game is too complex. So I'm just this last short while, I'm starting to focus on simplifying my game. So if I'm white, I'm going cuckoo here. I'm seeing 4 moves I want to play, and I have no idea which one's best. I wouldn't consider E personally. Why would I let black off the hook? Now there's an answer, because black is off the hook. It just live. It's not like it's going to be hard. Well, if we can't hurt black anyway, I mean, heck, I like taking the corner, but that's going to end up hurting my stone. He says, well, just get out. Like, well, that's true. I personally want to do more. Why? Just get out. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to learn. It's a good, simple, strong idea. And Miguel, me too, kind of surprised. But notice the ranks, 7 done versus 7 done. They're not slouches. It's not like, oh, you can't play that way. Yeah, you can. Nice, simple go. That's why I like his style. He comes out. And now again, I would be beside myself. What do? A? I'd probably play B, force the issue, and try to get back to attacking black somehow. I want to attack black. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'd play here. Because if black plays this way, I'm doing fine over here. I'm building the left big time. He can't kill me. And he's weak too. That's my style. But I'm trying to learn, just play simple. He plays here. Boom. Boom. Here, I would find it very confusing. So many options. Why did he choose this one? Right? Duh, because of A. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yep. 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 It worked. And now this one. I would never in a million years play this move. I'm not weak. He's not weak. It's not very big. Why would you play this? Well, the answer is, even though this isn't Sente, it does bring your corner group into a questionable state. All of a sudden, we're finding Sente. And we're having to back off for our life. Oh, how did black get such great such and such? Because you left a limited group around. But if you play here, he's the limited one, not you, and it's points times 2. Oh, okay, it just looks so small. So again, this is the kind of move I'm trying to adopt in my game. I tend to play too fast. Now's the time before it's too late. Come on in. Like kamikaze go. You know, how I need to play fast. No, you don't. Pull back. Now you have Sente. You said you were going to hurt the stone. Really? Yeah, just step by step. Very simple. Boom, 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 boom. Black can kill the stone, of course. But we get some very nice position on the outside. Black didn't like that one bit, so he got it. We live. Black's weak on the bottom, so breaking him makes sense. Let's stop here. The hour's up. this, for me, this is a good game to see, to calm myself down and stop trying to do all this magnificent stuff and just take care of business, go one step at a time. Don't jump ahead in the game, play one step at a time. Thanks, Miguel, for coming, and whoever the second person is. And hope to see you all later. Bye, guys.